Okay guys, today I'm working on a homemade pond for the yard to put some fish in. And what I've started out doing is, it was all flat and then I dug it out some to make the water deeper in spots so they can get down where it's cooler. And I've banked it up on this side to make it level. And now I'm going to add the liner. I bought a 13 by 20 foot liner. Pond's up to 1,000 gallons, so that I can dig this down deep and I won't run out of liner on the sides. And it looks like it's going to rain pretty soon, so I'm going to hurry up and get this liner in here in case it does.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers.
Now that I've got the liner in, I'm going to start putting some rocks around the edges. This may not be perfect and up to instructions, but it's about the cheapest way you could do it right here. If you've got something that you can dig out that could put a pond in. But the biggest part's going to be find some way to make that outside edge look good. And I may not have the finishing touches in this video, but I'm just going to show the basics of how to get your pond set up as quick as possible, and then you can do the detailing and stuff later. Now I've got the liner held in place and I'm filling it up currently. A little dirt in the bottom, but I couldn't help it. Wind started blowing and started blowing that liner around, and I had to put some rocks on there, and real quick some of them had some dirt on them, so it kindly got in there, but the water's still clear. And I'm going to put in a filter in it, so it'll, if it stirs up any mud, it'll filter it, go through the filter. Just have to clean it out. But this is how I'm going to hold it in place for now, and after I get it filled up and see how much slack comes out of the liner, then I'll go around the side and, you know, trim it off, and then decide what I'm going to do with the sidewall to make it look better. I've already got some fish in a holding pond, just a small 35 gallon. They're small fish, but there's several of them that I'm going to be putting in here, goldfish and koi fish. But I'm going to wait and let this fill up and then put my filter and stuff in, and then hopefully before tonight I'll be able to add the fish into it. Right here is the pump that I'm going to be putting in. It's got a filter in here and LED lights, and then it's got a tube right here that goes up to the top and floats on a lily pad, floats with this lily pad, and it sucks the air in from the above the water and then blows it out through here, creating air bubbles. So it filters the water and circulates, you know, and creates some bubbles for oxygen, and keeps everything circulating and instead of having just a standstill pond. But it'll keep the oxygen flow going and help filter out some of the debris and stuff in the water as it accumulates with over time from feeding them and the waste from them and everything. But you can adjust the air from this little knob right here, plugs into the line, how much air you want going in. So the less air you got going in, the less bubbles you're going to have coming out, and vice versa for more air. But I'm probably going to leave it on as many bubbles as possible to circulate for the pond that I have, keep the water going. But I'm going to attempt to set this up. The water is not completely full, but I'm going to start this anyways before it gets so deep that I have to get my shoulders wet to reach the bottom. Well, this pond is filled up. It's actually running over right there. It's a little higher on one side than it is over here in the other, so there's going to be a little bit of a ledge right there. But it's filled up, and I'm going to plug in my filter right there and see how it works. So the filter is working. Got my lily pads out, a few of them, and got a little water on the lens there, but there we go. Everything seems to be working fine. I will later on transition the fish from the holding pond to this pond right here, and then later on I'll have to take care of the rocks around the edge here. But it was a fairly easy process. I mean, just if I had been going from the beginning, just dug me a hole and laid my liner down in it, and hold it down with some rocks. And if you need the pond before you've got time to finish it completely, then you can do what I've done and move the fish in here and work on the outside edge of it at a time, a little at a time. But that's pretty much it. And I got all this stuff at Lowe's. This is actually a 1,000-gallon liner for $99. I think the filter was, you don't have to get that. I mean, it was like 119, but I just chose to because it filters the water and has a little, has the air bubbles, and it also lights the water too, which will be good in the nighttime. Look pretty cool. But yeah, I got all this at Lowe's, and within, if I'd had to dig this whole thing out, it would have probably took me half a day. But if you've already got your hole dug, I mean, a few hours and it can be done easily, or less. But I guess that's going to be all for now. I may do another video when I have it, all the rocks and stuff put up on the side and the tarp trimmed. I'm going to trim it off about even with the wall and then cover it up. But this is just basically showing you how to get your pond going. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.